Today we're going to make this sweet little envelope journal. It is compact enough where you could probably put it in a large pocket in a full-size journal. Might be a little bit of a tight squeeze, or this is a standalone and make a great gift for someone on your Christmas list. So it just ties with sari silk. It is made out of 8 envelopes. We have 4 envelopes that are 7 1/8 wide by 5 1/8 inches tall. And then 4 smaller envelopes that are 6.25 by 4.25. But you can use whatever envelopes that you have. All right, on the front here, this first small envelope, sari silk is shredding. We have a sweet little picture on this. Is by TaylorMade Journals. Got some glue on there. And I have trimmed it in lace and then put this paper poinsettia here on the front. And when you open it up, there's a pocket here. This is not a decorated journal by any. This was my prototype. All right, and then the second small journal. And I've offset these. One sits up higher than the other, but you can, again, do that any way you want to. And you have a pocket here. And I lined all the pockets with book page. And here we have a pocket. Okay. You open it up again and you have a pocket here. Here's one of the small envelopes. It opens up and you have a pocket here. And then this is a piece of vellum or pocket there. Then you open up again and this is the center pocket here and a pocket there. And I think on the one we're going to do on this video, I may add a small signature here in the center. You open it up again. There's the next small envelope. Pocket here, and pocket here. Oops. And then there's the back. Okay, so this is really easy to make as long as you are putting things together in the right order. Because once the envelopes are attached, it can be sometimes difficult to finish decorate them. So I try to decorate as much as I can before I glue them down. But this is going to be built from the center out. So we're going to start with this. And then we're going to add pieces on one side. And then pieces on the other side. Okay? So get your envelopes ready. And what I'm going to do, probably off camera, is to line all of my, just to save time, and because it's not very exciting, I'm going to go ahead and line all of my envelopes with book page. You just need to line the part that's going to be showing. These will all be glued down under something else. You won't see them, so there's no need to line that part. Now, my envelopes are not super glued together. And just to make my life a little bit easier, I am going to very gently open my envelopes up. You don't have to. I just find it easier to line them if the envelope is not glued shut. Okay, this one's being, of course, I said these were not hard, but this one's being a little bit of pain in the butt. All right, so we open that up, line the section here that's going to show, and then quickly just glue this back together. Easy peasy. Okay, if you want to, you can just glue the back of your lining in and work it down in there without taking your envelope apart. But this is fairly quick to do if your envelopes are not super glued down. Okay, I have lined all of my envelopes and then glued them back together. These are the 4 little ones. And on the big ones, one of them you do not have to line because we're going to slip this in here and that will take care of lining the inside of the pocket. So one envelope, you need to line the inside and the flap, and one you don't have to line at all. because these will go in like this. And then these two have been lined. So what we want to do, since we're starting in the middle, is to cover the envelopes with some decorative paper. This is a kit that I made, oh gosh, 2-3 years ago, and I just decided I want to use it again. It was one of my favorites, and I'm going to use it to line my pockets or cover the pockets. So what I do in this situation is simply lay the paper on there. I want to leave a little bit of the envelope showing all the way around the paper. Make a little mark where I want to cut here and here. And then I'm going to ink these. I'm using potting soil. I did ink my envelopes with Vintage Photo, but it doesn't show up all that great. So I decided to go with something just a little bit darker on the paper. Okay, and then we want to cover this part here. So I'm going to get another piece of paper. I don't know, cut his little head off, I think. Let me see. Let's go with this one. So I want to cut this down to size because I'm going to slide it inside the envelope so that I can make a mark around that opening. So we're going to slide this down in. And guys, this is not going to be perfect. I don't care if it's not perfect. We're just going to make a mark around the envelope like this. And then I'm going to cut, but I'm going to cut below that pencil line. And then this will go here like this, okay? And if you need to trim a little bit more off, like I'm probably going to trim, I'm okay with this part. I'm probably just going to take a little bit off the bottom. Just a little bit. And I'm happy with that. So we're going to ink it. Now some of these I won't be able to cover right away. Now you can go ahead and cover, we're working on the center, you can go ahead and cover these two parts, but not the outside because we're going to attach an envelope here and an envelope here. And in order to cover up those hinges, we want to put this paper down last. Okay? So go ahead, in order to catch up, and go ahead and cover, just like I did here, cover these two sections up with whatever paper that you are using. And then we'll come back and we'll start on this side. Okay? All right, so I've covered this envelope on both sides. Again, pointing out the difference. This is with the pocket facing up. This is with the pocket facing down. And I've covered both sides of this. All right. So the next thing, we're right here. You open this out so it looks the same. We are going to cover this page. But let's pay attention to what's going on here. This needs to be attached here before we cover this page. All right, so let's get another big envelope. That's going to go right here. Okay, I'm checking this. This does not have to have anything attached to it, so before I glue it down, I'm going to go ahead and cover this part and this part. Okay, we're going to do it the same way that I did the other ones. So let me do that and I'll come right back. Just so you can see both. We're going to glue this down right here. And then this becomes the back of our little folio thingy. Okay. Now, if you want to use some sari silk to close this up, now would be a good time to go ahead and get that glued inside. You could glue it here, you can glue it here. So let me go ahead and get a piece. Let's get a piece of this. And you can iron this out if you wanted to. I'm going to eyeball the center. Let's put a little bit of fabric glue down. Okay. We'll save this for when we get to the front. And now we can go ahead and glue this piece down. Line everything up as best you can. All right. Now we can work on this part right here. So I was thinking this Christmas tree would look good. So on this one, I included a pocket, so we'll go ahead and make a pocket. And I think this is a good size because we can fold. Got enough paper to fold in the sides for a gusset. And turn up the bottom. Let's go ahead and make the pocket about right here. And this is just a cut off from what I've been using. Let's go ahead and score. Half an inch all the way around. And I'm gonna go ahead and ink that just so I can see my score lines. punch a notch in there and then go ahead and ink this. All right, and then we want to trim this at an angle up to the score line. Cut out this bottom part at an angle. Okay. All right, so the next thing we're going to work on is the front cover, and this consists of one of the large envelopes and two of the smaller envelopes. One is attached on the right side, one is attached on the left side. So we need to do that before we move forward. And I already know that I have prematurely put this paper down before finishing. So I've gone ahead and attached this small envelope to the right side. Okay, covered both sides. I've covered, this one is going to attach right here, a little bit lower. And before we cover the front, we wanted to attach our other piece of Sari silk. And all I did was just kind of line it up to figure out my placement. That's all I had to do. And now that that's glued down, we can go ahead and put this piece of paper on. And it will attach here. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Just line that up on the edge, like so. And press that down really good. And then you can see here, we cover this part up here and put another pocket. So let's do that now. Okay, so here we are. We've been working on the front here. On repeat, you've got one large envelope and two small envelopes attached. Okay, so here is the front. The large envelope is here. It's been covered, but not until I attached these two smaller envelopes. So we attach those. They've been decorated front and back. Put this paper down, and I made a pocket to put there. All right, so this is finished. This is ready to go. Now we need to attach it to our page here. And so this is, you can see, is a page that I put down prematurely. So here's where we are in the journal. We're right here. Okay. Let me open this up to get this out of the way. So this is going to attach right here, and I'm going to have to recover this page. So let me, you've seen me do this. I'm going to glue this down. I'm going to attach it, and then I'm going to cut out another piece of paper to put here. And once I've done that, so I glued the flap down and recovered this page. Okay. So again, if you do what I just did, put paper down prematurely, it can always be fixed. So I tore a piece of vellum to use as a pocket here on this page, just like we did on that one. Okay. And I'm going to use Bearly Arts glue because it doesn't show up quite as much as the other glue does. When it dries clear. Okay. All right. Awesome. So let's walk through these side by side so you can see I have way too much sorry silk here, but we'll fix that. So I have not decorated this. I'm not going to do that on camera, because you open it up, open this up, and we have a pocket here, and I need to cut a divot. You have this, it opens up this way, like this. Sorry about that, the dog was having a fit for some unknown reason. All right, so I need to cut a divot in both of these. That closes like that, and you open it up. And we have a pocket here. We have a vellum pocket here. Okay. And remember, I put these pockets on opposite of the way I did this one, but that's okay. Let me open it up just so we have the pocket facing up on this one, facing down on that one. You have a pocket here and a pocket here. Okay, let me flip this out. Pocket here. Okay. Pocket here. Got the same pocket here. Pocket here. Pocket here. And then this is the back. And close this up in ties this way. So there's that. Tie this and then we'll trim it. So this needs to be decorated on the front. I'm not going to do that on this. This is an option for something you might want to do. I'm going to do that off camera. You can sew a signature in, and if I were going to do that, and I still may, I would do it right in the very center. Okay? You've got plenty of room to do it. Again, these are a slim profile. They can easily go in a large pocket in a full-size journal, just as an extra something to play with in your journal. Okay, and I apologize, I think, for the mistakes that I made by putting paper down prematurely a couple times, and I hope that was not very confusing for you. This is definitely probably not the best beginner-friendly project. But if you want to give it a try, give it a try. And if you want to use these papers, I will leave a link to them in the comment, in the description box below. Like I said, I made these a few years ago, and I really love them, and I just wanted to play with them again, okay? On this one, you can see I attached some lace over the spine. I think that's a good idea to do that, and I probably will do it here too. This is not the most attractive spine, and it probably would look better just to cover it up. All right? Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it wasn't too confusing. But if you have any questions about anything you saw me do, please, please, please leave a comment, and I'll get back to you just as quick as I can. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.